life taken too soon has been remembered and a legacy preserved.
You know, you wake up in shock. You wake up and you go, it just doesn't feel right. Dylan was a huge part of the house. And I say that because when Dylan was up, everyone was up. When Dylan was asleep, finally everyone could get to sleep. And he just was so full of life. And it's taken a lot of us to actually get our head around, and I still don't think we have, you know. We're all dealing with it in our own way, and some days are better than others.
He was a leader, but he was humble about the way that he did that leading. And the other kids trusted him because, in situations, he was always that kid that would step in if some injustice was occurring. I could trust him almost to, do that and step in and be that person that would say, hey, that's not all right. And the other kids listened, which is a really big thing, particularly for a, 11-year-old boy to have that kind of leadership. I'll never forget a time where I did a goal-setting task with them, and he wrote that one day I'll play on the world stage. And I remember saying to him, kiddo, I want tickets because I know you'll do it. Because the kind of determination that he had was out of this world. And I do get emotional talking about it because when you meet people like that, you know they're special. And it didn't surprise me one bit when I saw the places that he went and the things that he achieved, and I'm really proud to have met him.
So when Yedinak Crystal Palace walk out onto this ground, once again it'll be with the name of Dylan Tombides that is being honoured, a player who has had his number 38 shirt retired by this football club, at which he made such a remarkable impression.
I think we went to Italy or somewhere on his pre-season tour, and he was unbelievable. It was me and him up front. I remember Scott Parker telling me, you and Dylan tore us apart.
And I think with the character Dylan had, there was no doubt in my mind that he would have been a top player. Because with everything what was going on behind the scenes, you would never have known it when you looked at him.
But while the gap in their lives may always remain, the Tombides family have taken a huge step to preserve Dylan's legacy with the formation of DT38, the Dylan Tombides Foundation, to increase awareness for testicular cancer in young men.
From a perspective of being a mother, I couldn't protect my son from something that I didn't know about. And unfortunately, when I did go to try and get help, it wasn't forthcoming then either.
That lack of help refers to a misdiagnosis Dylan received after finding a lump shortly after playing for the young Socceroos at the Under-17 World Cup, a tournament he scored in, which led to the inspiration for his foundation's logo.
He pulled out his shin pad in celebration, and it had "Happy Birthday Mum" on it. And it was wonderful, it was really personal. So the logo for me is a shin pad message.
But it's the bravery of the lad that impressed me the most. The fact that he was fighting back to come and play football more than anything else. And I think that from Dylan's family point of view, it's nice to see that he won't be forgotten here at West Ham.
Dylan had quite a big association with us in Australia. We had a couple of guys who came over here a couple of years ago, and Dylan was in the middle of chemo, but he still came and showed them around the club, behind the scenes, on match day, and when the news came through yesterday, it was quite a big shock.
I'm honoured to wear this today, and I've also brought my Australia flag, which I'll hang up when we have our 1 minute applause for Dylan. And yeah, I couldn't be prouder to be, showing my respects and paying, my gratitude for Dylan and what he's been through.
It was quite difficult beforehand, before the game, and during that time, seeing young Dylan's family come onto the pitch. It was pretty touching, to be honest with you, and it meant so much to them. And I think, me being an Australian, it meant a lot to me as well.
Today will live long in the memory of the Tombides family. Dylan's parents aren't yet ready to talk about his passing, but they've been incredibly moved by all the support from home and a gesture by this club to ensure he is forever remembered. The number 38 shirt at West Ham has been retired.